A very good evening to you, Vuyo. Indeed, we are coming to you live from the OR Tambo Hall here in Khayelitsha, where the city of Cape Town is hosting a Mandela Evening of Remembrance. Now, Vuyo, I must say, since the news broke via the president on Thursday evening, the city of Cape Town has been buzzing. People have been streaming into places such as the Nelson Mandela Gateway. People have been getting onto ferries to remember and honor Mandela by going to Robben Island. We've also been going to the Grand Parade quite a bit now. You remember that's where Nelson Mandela gave his first speech on the 11th of February 1990. So a lot of people have been visiting that area. Now what the city says they're trying to do here is to create a space where people can get a chance to remember, honor, mourn Dadu Nelson Mandela. But to tell us more about the evening of remembrance, we are now joined by Khayelitsha from the ANC. Good evening so much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening to the viewers also.
Mr. Sotashe, just when we talk about an evening of remembrance, such an incredible man, Dadu Nelson Mandela, where do we start?
Remember, President Mandela is a former president of the African National Congress. If you trace his background, he's from the African National Congress. He managed to represent the organization very well. Hence today we are saying the policy positions of the African National Congress articulated by the former president, those policy positions are the ones that have made Mandela to be what he was. And hence today we are celebrating his life.
In the joint sitting in Parliament today, DA's Lindiwe Mazibuko said something very profound, that how do we remember Mandela? Do we remember Mandela as that young lion who wanted to change the status quo, Mandela as a statesman, Mandela as a father? Where do we start tonight? Where are we going to focus on Mandela's life?
Well, if you remember very well, as the city of Cape Town, we have just declared that this year we are going to honor Ubaba Madiba. As you are driving throughout the streets of Cape Town, you will see demonstrations of his pictures. What we are saying, President Mandela was a resident of Cape Town. He was the first resident in Robben Island, after Robben Island, Victor Verster, and also now TNAs as a president of the country. So what we are saying now, because a president was a unifier, because the Cape Town it is, and because of those apartheid special planning, we are saying his spirit will be able to unify the people of Cape Town. That is why we came out in numbers as African National Congress, to make sure that today we are celebrating his legacy, and also we are saying to Cape Town people, let's come together and be one people.
Now, yesterday I was at the Grand Parade and I spoke to the minister in the presidency, Mr. Trevor Manuel, and he was talking about that balcony where Mr. Nelson Mandela was standing when he gave his first speech in 1990, 11th of February. And he's saying that we need to name this balcony now after Nelson Mandela. It must be the Nelson Mandela balcony. Just from the ANC, if we're going to keep the legacy of Mandela ongoing, how do we need to do that?
We have to make sure that we keep this legacy for many generations to come. Madiba might not be with us now, but his spirit lives on. I can assure you that we are going to raise that issue in council. Fortunately enough, in council, we are very robust as the African National Congress, but there's one thing. Once we agree on something, we implement it. I will have a discussion with the mayor of Cape Town, Patricia Delil. She is here today. We are going to talk about it and see to it that that balcony is named after Baba Madiba.
Just going forward, you know, the announcement was made on Thursday. We're having this evening of remembrance. What else is the African National Congress going to do as we remember the life and times of Dadu Nelson Mandela?
Well, we've got a lineup programs for the celebrations. This morning we were in Victor Verster in Boland. From there we went to Paulsmoor. We are here now because this is a government event organized by the city of Cape Town. But as you can see here, we made it very clear to the mayor of Cape Town that you cannot separate Ubaba Madiba from the African National Congress. The fact that we're talking about Mandela today is because of the African National Congress. Hence today, you are seeing that this demonstration that members of the African National Congress came out in numbers to come and support this program organized by the city of Cape Town. Even in the program, we are talking as the ANC, talk about who was Mandela. And then we are saying on Wednesday, we are going to go out all in numbers to make sure that we fill up the Cape Town Stadium, because it's going to be a memorial service at Cape Town Stadium. And also on Thursday, we are going to have a ANC provincial memorial service of Utatu Madiba. So there is a variety of programs that are unfolding in the province, organized by the ANC in the province.
You talk about being at Victor Verster earlier on today. Just paint us a picture. We know that Dr. Nelson Mandela, that's where he held peace talks with the National Party before being released and everything. Just what was the mood there like this morning? The
mood was somber, I must say. The mood was somber. Look, it was the very first time for me to really experience and try to meditate, to really feel that this is the person who suffered a lot for us to be who we are today. I just so hope that these young kids that are coming up, they will emulate him and really sustain that legacy for many, many generations to come. I mean, to spend so many years being a house president, it's not a child's play. And I must say, I went to Pollsmoor today. We were taken up to maximum security in Pollsmoor. I really felt, I almost broke down. Where Babu Madiba was kept with the former Secretary General of the African National Congress, of the African National Congress Youth League, Walter Sisulu, Ubabu Mlangeni. I mean, when we were looking at that cell, I almost broke down.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, that was Xolani Sotache. He is the ANC Chief Whip here in the Western Cape, telling us more about the Mandela Evening of Remembrance that is currently underway here. I'm just going to move out of shot so you can just see what's going on here. The program has already started. We're seeing people from all walks of life. They're currently introducing the ministers and the politicians that are here. But like I said, people from all walks of life have gathered here as we remember and honor the life and times of Dr. Nelson Mandela. Well, that's all we've got for now. We will be back a little bit later, but for now, it's back to you in the studio.
Oh.